Do y'all remember the question that I asked yesterday of Liberty?
What the hell?
Yeah, I kind of got the same question lined up, but it's for an individual. And that individual is Syracuse starting quarterback Kyle McCord, who threw 3 pick sixes in the first half last night.
Bruh.
So my question to you, Kyle McCord, what the actual was that?
That was some trash.
Let's go.
Can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
I have no plan for today. Good morning! Welcome to the fabulous, fantastic Football Friday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. And why are you cracking up, Shane?
Famous last words. I have no plan for today.
Well,
it seems like Syracuse didn't have a plan last night.
Oh my God.
Well, they're playing a ranked team. What do you expect? Syracuse sucks.
Not to throw 5 flipping interceptions and 3 of them for him to get run back.
This is the same night Kennesaw State finally got their first win.
We'll get to Kennesaw State in a minute, but Kyle McCord.
What the hell was that?
No. You need to say it correctly. The correct question is,
what in the all types of blue hell
was that?
I don't think they know.
Dude went 35. Dude went 35 of 64, 321, 5 interceptions.
64 passes. 64
for 321 and 5 picks. 3 of which got ran back.
3 of which in the first half
Got ran back.
got run back for scores.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least he threw a passing touchdown. Oh wait, he didn't.
Nope, he did not.
I mean,
He threw 3 of them. They just went the other way.
the crowd at Heinz Field was louder for a Pittsburgh Panthers game than it's been for a Pittsburgh Steelers game. Oh, did I say that aloud?
Ouch.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Find the lie.
You're not wrong, but ouch.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Again, you're not
Find
wrong,
why.
but ouch.
Anyway,
You're not
before we continue, this portion of the show is brought to you in part by BetUS.com, where we will have all our picks later today. BetUS.com, where the game begins. I can tell you, the only parts of the plan I can tell you about is that we will have Matt Taylor at the top of hour 2. Deb Whitcas will be our guest picker at the bottom of hour 2. And then appearance by Krista Melanson will provide us a snack to get ready for football weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So
we got about 45 minutes to BS this thing.
something like that.
That works.
I thought Joy was going to walk off after I said that.
So
No, I'm just
You did.
putting on a hat. Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Either
Oh, no.
the Rams or the refs were doing some kind of work on
Listen,
BetUS because
the only play I saw from that game last night was when Sam Darnold nearly got his neck broken.
he nearly got his head torn off.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he nearly got SEAL teamed.
Look, they're trying to tear off the lid of a doggone bottle of Coke or something. Like, what is you doing?
And
then
we didn't call it.
And I was looking, I'm like, flag.
Mm-hmm. I was looking for the flag too.
There's a
Didn't see
flag
it.
there, sir.
They
That
didn't
man,
call
No
it.
ref missed
that
it.
man should be arrested for assault and battery.
Mm-hmm.
Man, forget assault and battery. That's attempted murder.
Rams win. I don't know how. 30-20. The Vikings have now lost 2 in a row. And I honestly can say I don't know what to make of either of these teams.
1, they both suck, and 2, is this going to be a continued downward spiral for Minnesota?
Probably.
Yeah.
This definitely was not their get right game.
Get right.
Because even without that play,
They were still down.
yeah,
Listen,
they were
I mean,
well.
let me put it in 3 simple words, and I know Paul Allen and a bunch are not going to like me. Minnesota is screwed. Minnesota, first of all, Minnesota got screwed, and because of that, now they are screwed.
Here's the thing. Minnesota scored 14 in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much they scored the rest of the game?
6. 2 field goals.
You can't win in any capacity that way.
No. I mean, prime example. Look what happened with New England and Jacksonville. New England got off to a roaring start, and then Jacksonville answered with, well, all of their points unanswered.
I mean, Matt Stafford had one hell of a game. 25, 34, 279 with 4 TDs. He did throw a pick.
But he threw 4 touchdowns.
He threw 4 touchdowns.
Definitely not
The
the right
Vikings
song to be
defense.
playing right now.
The Vikings defense made Matt Stafford look good. And I hate saying it. No, I don't hate saying it.
Also, this is Puka Nakua's first game back, and he had a game. He
I
had
gotta
a
ask a
game.
question, Droid. Does that shirt say straight out of KC or straight out of Compton?
Casey.
Casey.
Look at it.
I was like, I want to see if that says straight out of KC.
Color. Look at the color.
Look at the hat and look at the color.
Okay, I can't see the color that well, so I don't know if that was black or blue.
Did you wake all the way up yet?
No.
I mean,
Fair
after watching that atrocious Thursday night game where we all took a big fat L.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
I wasn't ready.
We ate that
Right.
one.
L and
Look.
all the Rams fans, I'm sorry.
Say it again. Say it again. Wait, let me turn this off. Say it again, please.
And to all of the Rams fans, We are sorry
We
for doubting
apologize.
Matthew Stafford and Puka, the big
Nakua.
man Nakua.
Yeah,
And
because
all
we ended
in
up
our
we
picks.
we all ended up eating a big fat.
That's how it goes
15.1 receiving average. So basically, for every catch
He got
Puka
15
Nakua
yards.
made, he got about
Yeah,
15 yards.
That's
What were his
that's
final? What were his
incredible.
final numbers?
111 yards, no passing touchdowns, as that belonged to Cooper Kupp. 7 receptions, 106 receiving yards, 52 yards after the catch. His longest catch was 21 yards on 9 targets.
So here's the question: does this end the Cooper Kupp on the trade block rumors with
Yes.
the Rams winning last night?
You want to hope so, but I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I don't either.
No,
Well,
I don't
actually,
think it
what
does.
I heard was Cooper Kupp actually almost got traded.
He's going to get traded.
Yeah, I
No,
wouldn't off the table.
he almost got traded.
Right. He
The
almost got
same
traded.
Listen
week
to me
that the
carefully.
same day that we made that D-Hop trade
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
was actually after we made an offer to LA.
For
Kupp.
For Kupp.
So-
okay.
Oh, Kupp's
We
still
just
going to
weren't
get
willing
traded.
to
Either
give-
way, you were
Let me
going to
tell
do an
you-
addition.
Let me tell you something. And
a
I know
high
I know what Victor's reaction is going to be, and I know what Big Dog's reaction is going to be. But I am pretty much going to say out loud that Cooper Kupp is going to Northern California.
No, he's not.
Agreed.
absolute.
The reason
greed.
he did not go to Kansas City is because the Rams wanted a high draft pick,
Mm-hmm.
and we were not going to give it to him.
Well, here's the other.
Why
So we
would you?
just hit up the Titans and said, "Hey, we want D-Hop. What are you willing to take? Oh, we'll take a 5th rounder. Cool, thanks. Hang it up."
Yeah, because y'all
You're
basically
done.
bullied a child of a team in the Tennessee Titans to make a trade like that.
We didn't bully nobody.
You know what?
Listen,
I'll
say another- I'll say another name.
Listen, this
Hold
may
on.
sound rude to you, Snowman, but I don't want the 49ers to make a trade. You know why? Because they just picked up Ricky Pearsall in fantasy.
shut up.
I want Pearsall to perform, especially after that incident that happened.
Oh,
in the
he will.
offseason.
He
He'll
will.
get that anyway because.
But I will
the
say,
Niners
I will
will.
say another name that is on the trading block, and I think John Lynch is going to place a call for him. Does the name Max Crosby mean anything to you guys?
As a Chiefs fan, yes, because he's on my rivals.
Mm-hmm.
But they have completely dismissed any rumors of Max Crosby being traded, which basically just means he's going to be traded.
Don't
Right.
you believe it?
I was gonna say the Tennessee Titans are mental midgets when it comes to trading because any type of backdoor dealings, they are never good. They just got
There's our clippable moment.
They just got rid of probably their only weapon in offense, being Derrick Henry, to the Ravens.
And DeAndre Hopkins is now going.
And now DeAndre Hopkins, what do they have now?
I guess they got what you don't have in Dallas, a running game.
Doesn't matter. I mean, we are aware of that.
Oh,
Because who do they have at running back? Tony Pollard. That's right.
Jeez Louise. Droid's coming. Droid, what did you drink this morning?
I don't know what you're mad at me for.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying they at least have Tony Pollard, which you just gave up for nothing.
Yeah, well, Victor already saw that
I've already
coming.
made that known.
Victor already saw that coming.
But I was looking at injuries across both Snowman and I's team.
Mm-hmm.
And we got an Isaiah Pacheco on the way back.
Same for us with Christian McCaffrey.
So both the two top 3 running backs, because for me, the top 3 running backs in the league right now is Pacheco, CMC, and D. Henry.
Yep. And Henry's off to a roaring start.
Nobody's catching him.
Nope.
He will have the most rushing yards at the end of the year.
I think Derrick Henry gets 2,000 What do
I
you
wouldn't be
guys think?
surprised. I got D. Henry going at least 2K and
Lamar
probably
trailing him with 1,000 rushing yards as well.
Yeah, there you go.
I got Henry probably
So-
going for at least 18 to 20 touchdowns this year.
What do you guys think in the chat? Does Derrick Henry get 2,000 this year?
Without question.
Let us know. Let us know.
But Rasheed
Also,
Rice,
to our new
Rasheed Rice
email
and Brandon Ayuk are both confirmed to be out for the season with different knee injuries.
yeah, which is why we are going to place a call to the Rams.
Of the seeing what happened to Ayuk. I mean,
We need
if he-
listen.
all it's a
We get Debo back. We get George Kittle back this week. We get a little extra rest because the game is at 8:15, which means and my wife is not here for that one either. She told me this morning she wanted to be here for that one, but because of a work commitment, she's off to St. Louis, but she's listening on the road. I love you, honey. She's listening on the road. But I did get one demand from her. I did get a demand from her.
And that demand is
I must do the Colts game on Sunday.
So currently, all
you
the
said you weren't going to do that game.
Huh?
You said you weren't going to do that game.
I said I was going to take that game off.
Right.
I told Jody that I was going to take that game off. Then this trip was handed to her, and she woke me up this morning. She says, I don't care what you do this weekend, but there's one thing you have to do for me. What's that? You have to do the Colts and the Texans. You got to do it. Honey, I said I was going to take that game off because the Niners play that night. And then she looked at me and says, I will be driving to St. Louis. Oh, hell. All right. So I will be doing that one, which means there's going to be at least 4 games that I'm doing this weekend. Pause for break. When we come back, I will tell you how my mother-in-law discovered what I do for a living. And yes, it involved the Indianapolis Colts. Tell you in a minute.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings
for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
We were always hippies at heart, I guess, and that was one way that we showed it before we became full-time RVers.
Yeah, we were definitely living small and minimally.
What made us decide to go with Battleborn was everyone from their top leadership team down to their service department helped us so much the whole way through. Our relationship with Battleborn is so much more than business. And me and Dennis love to jam together. We've played together multiple times, and that's been an awesome transition. Be able to learn so much more about the business. Also, just make some awesome friends.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Okay. Droid made a request of me while we were on break. And if my television/radio son gets his punk butt up here, I will honor said oh, there he is. I didn't see you.
I just had to get my the little bun back here a little wet because it was popping out the sides.
I did not need to be told that.
This.
Oh, we're talking about the Friday morning face-off?
Yep.
We got some games in the lineup tonight. I don't think there's a single miss on tonight's schedule. At 6 p.m. putt drop, you got the Senators and the Golden Knights. Both are 4-2. Just the Golden Knights have an overtime loss. You got the Islanders and Devils, a classic rivalry. A 7 p.m. putt drop over there. And then tonight, Snowman's going to love this game. 8:30 p.m. Predators, Blackhawks. Always a good game. And it's in Chicago. It's at United.
It's at the United Center.
UC.
And then finally, 9 p.m., you got the Penguins and the Oilers.
Okay.
Yesterday was also some interesting games. You had Panthers Rangers, you had a Kings Sharks, you had Jets Kraken, which actually went to overtime. The Blues, oh my God, the Blues. They just showed Toronto the door. They showed Toronto the door.
They did.
5-1 was the final score. Jordan Binnington, 40 for 41 and a 97.6 save percentage.
My God.
Dylan Holloway with 2 goals. Jake Neighbors with a goal for himself. Broberg and Texier also with their own respective goals. The only goal for Toronto, the former Panther, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, the only goal for Toronto. The Red Wings and the Devils played last night, and the Red Wings beat the Devils 5-3. That is going to be Cam Talbot's win, with Jacob Markstrom taking the L on this one, 78.9. And the Wild continue their tear over Florida as they take a 4-2 win over the Lightning.
Nice.
And then the Avalanche, oh my God, the Avalanche exposed the Utah Hockey Club. The Avalanche had one of the worst starts of the season, starting 0-4, and now are on a 4-game win streak on their
Here they come.
The next game is going to be in Colorado against the Senators. That's going to be October 27th at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern. And then after that, you have a classic Central Division rivalry for the Avalanche. They play the Blackhawks at 9 p.m. Eastern on the 28th of October. Now, since there's only 4 games today, I was thinking, you know what? Why not pick these games? And if you're wondering, do I have the odds? Since I know I didn't tell Shane about it, I do.
Okay.
The first game is going to be Ottawa versus Vegas. Vegas favored by 1.5. The over-under is set at 6. Snowman, what's your pick?
Vegas over.
Victor?
Yep. Viva Las Vegas. And they're over.
Shanner?
sweep it.
I'm going to pick Vegas as well. Then the Islanders and the Devils. The Devils are favored by 1.5, and the over-under is set at 6, which the odds for that is actually even.
Give me them devil horns, and I'm going over.
Going with the Jersey Devils.
Shanner?
Give me Devils.
I'm going to pick the Islanders for the upset.
You'll be sorry. Maybe.
Okay. Usually when he goes solo, he
beats us.
So I'm not.
I know that.
Nashville.
I know that now. That's the same way Dakota. That's the same way Dakota picks when he decides to pick.
Mm-hmm.
Nashville in the United Center in downtown Chicago, Illinois.
Yes,
Nashville is favored by 1.5. The over/under is set at 6. I already know where Snowman's going.
You know which way I'm going. Give me the Blackhawks. I'm going to go under, and Bedard gets a game winner.
Yeah, I'm going the same way. Here come the Hawks, and I'll take the under.
Watch this and I'll say it again, Droid. I said it at the top of the season. I know I may not be right, but I'm going to feel it anyway. Watch this Blackhawks team.
Blackhawks in a shutout. Bedard puts in 2.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna take the Predators. UC Saros is on a tear as a goaltender, and his last game was a shutout. And I think Steven Stamkos is gonna net one. Last game of the night, it's gonna be Penguins Oilers. It's in Edmonton. Edmonton is favored by 1.5. The over under is set at 6.5.
Good. Give me the Oilers, and I'm going under. And I say McDavid gets one.
I'll take Oilers, but I'll go over.
Okay.
Tanner?
Pitt puts one in for Pitt. Puts one in. He ended on a walk-off for him. Give me the Penguins.
What?
You're going to be running solo as I'm going to pick the Oilers, and I'm going to pick Leon Draisaitl to net one.
Hey, that works.
For the Oilers. These picks were presented by BetUS. BetUS, where the game begins. Use code Snowman for 125% deposit match on your first deposit. BetUS, where the game begins.
Mm-hmm.
Man, with all this fantasy stuff we're doing, one of these days we're just going to turn it into a complete fantasy show.
Not for me.
Shane.
I'm not the best at fantasy.
It's in the works, isn't it?
You see this smile on my face?
Oh boy.
I'm going to be busy.
And there's going to be a lot of twists to that. There's going to be a lot of twists to that.
I'm going to be busy, aren't I?
You already are, but you're going to be busier. And Victor, you too.
I'm going to need some monster for this.
Why me?
Your 3 players to watch tonight. Of course, you got Connor Bedard, the rookie, the second-year rookie for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yep.
He has 7 points, 1 goal, 6 assists. Looking more like Wayne Gretzky out there, getting more assists than goals.
Mm-hmm.
The second player to watch tonight is going to be the Vegas Golden Knights. Mark Stone, 12 points so far this season, leads the Vegas Golden Knights in points with 3 goals and 9 assists. Ivan Barbashev does lead the team in goals, however, with 5. And the last player to watch is going to be from the New Jersey Devils. I'm going to give it to Dougie Hamilton, the defenseman from New Jersey.
I like
4
it.
points, 1 goal, 3 assists, and has 38 shots on goal and has the second most takeaways in the league.
I like Dougie Hamilton. I do. I like Dougie Hamilton. He's fun to watch. All right. I promised y'all a funny story. We're going to do it right after the break. In other words, back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. It's news. The largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant. Weather. Devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States. Inspiration. A breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Whether it's the men's college game,
the way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
The women's college game,
and how passionate Ancient Reef was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
The WNBA,
AJ Williams sort of 1-2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young,
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmaker's blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
We're off and rolling. Krista Mellinson is on the way with a great recipe. She'll be on in about 10 minutes. And then at the top of the second hour, Matt Taylor joins us to talk Colts Texans. And the lovely Deb Whitcas will join us at the bottom of hour 2 to be our guest picker. Now then, I promised a funny story on the heels of what my wife asked me to do this weekend. And it goes like this. So my wife and my mother-in-law last year went to Kentucky for a rabbit show because my wife raises meat rabbits. I had planned to take that day off because Victor was acting as my producer that week. And Victor demanded, he didn't command it, he demanded that I get some extra sleep because the Niners kicked off at 4. Yep. And I figured since the wife wasn't going to be here, I can take the Colts game off. They were playing the Titans at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yep.
Wrong.
You already pulled the all-nighter the night before, so.
Yep. I was up all night working the night before. So my wife takes off. And I'm thinking, okay, I can get some extra rest. Sonia's knocked out. I'm knocked out. Then I get a phone call. at halftime of said game at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife said very simply, "Are you doing the Colts game?" No. I'm half asleep.
Right.
I've been asleep through the first half of the game. Okay? Victor can back me up on this. Hell, in a way, Shane can back me up on this because they both told me to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was up till 4 a.m. My beautiful wife, Jody, calls me and says, "Are you doing the Colts game?" No. "Well, you need to do the game." Honey, Matt Taylor's on the call for the Colts radio network. Then my wife utters the following sentence, and I better do this right in Cole Johnson's honor.
Mm-hmm.
My wife utters the following sentence. Quote, "Well, we can't find the Colts radio network. We're in Kentucky." Close quote.
Basically, she did to you what you did to me during the Sox season.
Yep. And when she said that me and Mom are in Kentucky,
and there was no way you guys are going to get that game.
There was no way I was getting out of this one. I went, shh. All right.
There's no feed from Kentucky for
no, it does not. The Colts radio network, as I found out after about 60 seconds of lightning research, does not reach into the area of Kentucky where they were.
Wow.
So I went flying into the shower, got dressed, came out here, set everything up, and I'm rolling, getting ready to roll with the second half. Then my stomach decided to act a fool.
Oh, no.
False start, stomach.
This is going to be a delayed break. I put the brake on. I run to the restroom. I come back, and I can hear my wife's voice in my head. "Hurry up! You're missing the game. You're taking too long."
Basically, you're like, all right, I'm going to get started. And all of a sudden, decide to freeze the snowman by saying, timeout, stomach.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking a 20.
This wasn't a 20.
Full timeout.
This was a full timeout. And my wife tells my mother-in-law, "Oh yeah, Brian can do this." And then she tells him he must be on an extended break. He's in the toilet. My mother-in-law goes, "How do you know?" "He's been off the air for 5 minutes."
Mm-hmm.
Tell me my wife does not have my patterns down pat.
Wife knows you.
True.
Inside and out.
She's known me from the first Michigan City game we did together, which was something in and of itself. Now, while I'm pulling up clips, I'll play a clip from the very no, not that button. Dagnabbit. I'll play a clip from one of the very first games when Jody and I got together. And she listened to it on the way up to Michigan City from Terre Haute. Where'd it go? Not that one. And it is this one.
Handoff McFerrin running off right tackle, and McFerrin is loose. Goodbye, baby. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. 43 big ones, and it's 13-0 Wolves.
Now I gotta tell you a little something about that game. I did that game minus a headset. All I had was a handheld microphone because my headset went kaputski. Somehow I figured it out. And somehow the subject of food is about to come up. with a lady we haven't had on in a few weeks because she was globetrotting all over the place. I can't wait to do that with my wife one day. Here's Krista.
Hey.
She's back. Krista Melanson is with us. And I'm going to make everybody drool by saying jalapeno poppers with candied bacon.
Absolutely.
Oh, for God's sake, you're making me drool already. Damn it.
That is my mission in life is to make
I love spicy stuff to begin with, but candied bacon on top of it? Come on now.
Yes.
Come on.
Man, how do you come up with these, hon? How do you do this?
Food is just my thing, but like you said, I've been globetrotting, so I'm always picking up ideas wherever I go.
Where'd you go? Where'd you globetrot to on your recent trip, and what ideas did you pick up?
I was in France for a couple weeks, and then I was in Italy after that. So it was all about the food. I am not going to lie. And so
I know that.
Right.
We already figured that. Come on, you're a good friend of ours now, and we already figured that out. So if we know that you're traveling and you just send me a message saying I'm going to be on the road for a couple of weeks, I inform the boys. She's picking up some more food.
And then my first thought is, okay, I'm looking at the clock and it's almost lunchtime. Why am I doing this?
torturing yourself. That's why you're doing it.
Yep.
Why do you think I've been here for 11 years?
Yes, because for a while I used to cook stuff on the air.
Oh, fun!
When I lived in LaPorte, Indiana, and someone threw an idea at me, and they said, "I have an idea on how you can enhance your show." Mm-hmm. All right, lay it on me. And my friend said, "What's one thing you love more than anything else?" "Oh, duh, food." And she says, "Well, cook something." And I said, "Are you kidding?" "No, just cook up some short recipes." And when Krista came to me with this, when I had Krista on my afternoon show, and she made me drool with some of these recipes, I said, "Oh, the heck with this. I got to move her to the morning and bring these recipes with her." And it's perfect on a Friday, especially during football season. Now, if y'all haven't had jalapeno poppers, one, I suggest you try them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are fantastic. I got introduced to jalapeno poppers while I was living in Dayton, Ohio. And someone just threw them at me at the last. As a matter of fact, it was at a football game. It was at a Central State. I was doing a Central State game. In the booth, they had the usual fanfare with pizza and burgers in the media room and all that. Mm-hmm. But then someone said, "I have something for you to try." Really? They walked me over, and the aroma of these jalapeno poppers got me.
They're good, and they're easy.
Very, very easy. Here's how you do it. 8 jalapeno poppers, 8 ounces of cream cheese softened. You take a 1/4 of chopped green onion, a tablespoon of chili powder, 1 garlic clove minced, and I've learned how to do that. 1/2 cup of shredded Marble or cheddar cheese. It's Marble with me because I am a cheese fiend, and I love Marble cheese. Tablespoon of salt and black pepper and Worcestershire sauce. I always say that wrong.
A little Worcestershire.
Yep, right. Exactly. Doing the Bugs Bunny version. And then the poppers are completed with 1/2 tablespoon of tobacco or other hot sauce. Tabasco. Why did I say
tobacco?
Tabasco. Like tobacco sauce, huh?
Listen,
That must be the North Carolina way to do it.
You know what? Don't get me started, okay? You've seen some of my Carolina recipes. You've seen some of my wife's Carolina recipes. Don't get me started. I mispronounced it. It's Tabasco sauce. For the bacon assembly, you need 16 slices of bacon, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and I'm drooling already because I love using brown sugar, especially to cook. Tablespoon of chili powder, tablespoon of cayenne pepper, which was my dad's favorite seasoning to use, and a teaspoon of chipotle seasoning. Here's what you do. You preheat your oven at 350 degrees and you slice the jalapeno poppers in half lengthwise and scoop out the insides with a spoon. You set it onto parchment paper or foil cover on a parchment or foil covered baking sheet. You add the cream cheese to a bowl and mix in the remaining ingredients from the top section, and you mix that well. You got to mix it well because you don't want you don't want it. You don't want it too lumpy. That's the only way I can think of it. You fill each jalapeno pepper with the spicy cheese mixture. You might have some leftover depending on the size of your peppers. Just distribute evenly. That ain't gonna happen considering the fact that I love cooking, and that ain't gonna happen considering the fact my wife loves cooking, especially with jalapeno peppers. And you mix some cream cheese in there. And my mom got me hooked on cream cheese. More on that later. You mix the remaining ingredients into a small bowl, and you, God, this sounds sexy. Rub each slice of bacon with the spicy sweet mixture, and you get both sides nicely coated. This is the candied bacon.
Yes, sir.
You wrap each stuffed jalapeno boat with a slice of bacon. Pierce with toothpicks to hold the bacon if desired, and you're gonna have to hold it because if the bacon slips off, it'll pop off. You'll have to start all over again. You bake the poppers 20 to 30 minutes or until the peppers soften and the bacon starts to crisp. They can also be done on the barbecue on a foil pan for about 20 minutes or until soft. Wow. The filling will bubbly out. Don't be alarmed. Remove from the heat, cool slightly, and serve. I'm trying these when my wife gets back from St. Louis.
Man, these going to go up on the website, too.
Way ahead of you. And
Right.
for those of you that are looking for the Snowman in the Morning website, it is under construction. I have all the recipes saved. I just had to do a lot of reconstruction. All the recipes that you hear on the show and that you hear us talk about will be on the website once it is completed. Now, about this pretty lady, Krista Melanson, when I heard her title, The Relationship Chef, it combined two things. Relationship, and I have a great one with my wife, Jody, and of course, food. So I said, okay, she's got to come on here. She's got to come on here. And the one thing that Chris and I talked about was cooking with your mate, cooking with the love of your life. And normally the rule is that if Jody's in the kitchen, I got to escape the kitchen. But on some occasions, she does allow me to come in and help her cook. And I got to tell you something, with the laughs that we share, and I know you can speak on this, Krista, it is so much fun when you do it.
It absolutely is. It's such a great way to connect. That's not, the pressure of, hey, we're connecting. We're making something that we do every day. We're going to have fun while we do it. Where's the downside? And sometimes people have to learn to share in their kitchen a little bit, but you don't have to do it every day, just once in a while.
Yeah, that's Jody. She lets me in the kitchen once in a while. I whip up some stuff for her. And when she does let me in the kitchen, it's usually something that I'm very good at. And one day she said, I want you to fix me some pancakes. I said, all right. Is there a way that Victor, you know where I'm going? Because I told you this one. And Droid, you're going to get a kick out of this too. I said, is there a way you want me to fix the pancakes? She says, no, I'm just hungry for pancakes. And a rumor tells me that you're good at fixing them. All right, you're on. I decided not to tell Jody that I had some chocolate chips.
That's evil.
So I added about 200 calories when I shouldn't have. And I had chocolate chip pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
I brought them in. I fixed them, brought them to her. And 5 minutes later, she was following me back into my office with a big old chomp through the pancakes and said, "You're evil." "What? You put chocolate chips in these?" "Yeah."
That is evil.
And she goes, "Okay." Gave me a kiss and walked back out.
If there's one thing that Snow and I have learned when we used to live in Gary, Indiana, it's how to make some pancakes.
Oh, you
Big
can't
ones.
go wrong with pancakes.
Big ones.
Yep.
And
If I
I-
put chocolate chips in my pancakes, it would be evil because my partner is allergic to chocolate.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. And he has diabetes. So it's actually not so bad because it kind of holds him back a bit. But yeah,
Right.
he's allergic to chocolate. It's not
Oh,
common. But
man. Yeah, it's not. It's not common. But I don't do the chocolate chip pancakes anymore. I just do the plain pancakes because if I fix them and we both eat them, neither of us are getting out of bed.
But blueberries are nice.
Well, yeah, blueberries, strawberries. We both done that. We both done raspberries.
Yeah,
both
it's
done
healthy.
that. We both
They're
done.
healthy.
We both done that.
Can I give you a little hack for the jalapeno poppers, by the way?
Yes, go for it.
I am in Canada, so we have access to a very magical substance called maple sugar.
Mm.
And if you can put your hands on maple sugar,
Oh.
use half maple sugar and half brown sugar, and then you get maple candied bacon.
Mm.
Oh my God, it's good.
Good thing I live in Maine.
See, you can do it.
I'm going.
I'll just have to take a trip to the border. That's all.
Yep.
I'm going to find some maple sugar.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm going to find some, and you know what's bad? We used to live on maple sugar down in North Carolina.
My sister lives in Michigan. I may have to ask
So
her.
yeah, we all gonna have to make a trip to get some maple sugar. That's our relationship chef, Krista Melanson, with the jalapeno poppers with candied bacon and maple candied bacon. It's evil, it's fun, and y'all need to try them. Krista, again, my dear, thank you so much for hopping on. Thanks for the time change. I appreciate you. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Happy weekend.
I gotta make.
I mean this playfully. That's just wrong.
That ain't even profiling. But that's still
It's
wrong.
nowhere near profiling.
That's diabolical.
But it's still wrong
So why am I going to try it this weekend?
because it's so right. And I gotta make myself lunch now because I'm hungry.
Well, you do that. Let's take a break. I got another funny story for you, and then Matt Taylor will join us at the top of the hour. So 2 breaks incoming. Here's the first one. Back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Whether it's news, The largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant. Weather. Devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States. Inspiration. A breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Ancient Reef was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson Brown stood 1-2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Shane is off to get some lunch, so Droid is hanging here with me, supporting the Kansas City Royals, and Vikalaw's hanging with me. Did you clean all your drool up, Droid?
I'm not too hungry, to be honest.
Why not?
Oh no, jalapeno poppers have had so much.
Are you more tired than hungry?
100% more tired.
Yes. That's fair. That is totally fair.
Mm-hmm.
I got to share this story with you. I had to drive from Gary, Indiana to Iowa, to northern Iowa, as a matter of fact. And I got there and I'm dead tired. Dead tired. I had my shirt with me, I had my change of clothes. I had my change of clothes with me. So I figured I'd get into the arena, slip into my change of clothes, find somewhere to nap for a little bit, and then I'll be ready to go with my game. It was Chicago State and University of Northern Iowa. A voice calls out, "I need to find the voice of the Cougars." And I sit straight up right out of my sleeping stupor.
That'd be me.
And that indeed, I said that would be me. And that's when I met my friend Gary Reimer. And he and I have been brothers for 16 years now.
Mm.
And that night, since we're talking about food, they had the usual fanfare in the media room, subs, chicken wings, hamburgers. Then they rolled the pizza out.
Yeah.
They rolled the pizza out. It was deep dish.
That's, man,
not fair at all.
No.
Not fair. So, of course, I ate some like an idiot. I ate some of that there pizza. And by the time I got to my seat on press row, I wanted to go to sleep. Now, Victor?
Yes, sir.
Tell me why that is.
You know why it is.
Yes, I do. What's the one thing about deep dish pizza they give you a lot of? Crust.
Yes.
What's crust made of, folks? Dough. What do you put dough in? Bread.
Mm-hmm.
I was dead. I was a dead man. I was a dead man sitting. I was a dead man walking. I had to go through. Let me put it in the form of a question. And Droid, I want you to answer first. What's the most caffeine you had to consume to get through a night, to get through an event that you're doing? Be it work, be it a game, or whatever. What's the most caffeine you had to consume in one sitting?
So I usually drink these things called Gamer Subs, which is about in a scoop is 100 milligrams.
Yep.
Let's say I consume 7 scoops.
I have those too. What flavor do you normally use?
Dragon fruit punch, easily.
Dragon fruit punch? Okay. I gotta find the one that I had before.
Is this safe for me to try?
I mean, it's, if you want to know, it is diet friendly. So if you ever go on a diet, you can use it.
Okay. Yeah. That's all I need to know. Here's what happened to me, and Victor can vouch for me. The year was 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And Chicago State was hosting Utah Valley.
Utah Valley.
Why am I bringing this game up? I had been on campus since 1 o'clock that afternoon, not knowing how long I'd be there. They stocked the media room with the usual caffeinated fanfare. So I took one of each, brought it to my seat rather, on press row, taped the pregame show, had the voice of the Wolverines there. Corey Miggins, the now late Corey Miggins, a very, very dear friend of ours, was there, messing around with us. Barely got the pregame show taped in time. And that's when I had my first Coca-Cola of the night. And that was at 5 o'clock. You know what time I wound up leaving that joint? 2:30 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Why, you ask? Because that game with Utah Valley went 4 overtimes.
Oof.
And on one occasion, I nearly didn't make it back to press row in time after a timeout between overtimes 2 and 3. Why? Because my bowels and my bladder decided to react.
Decided to rebel.
Better word. They decided to rebel.
I'm like,
I'm like, you're not going another overtime without emptying me out? Like, oh, hell. So you know what I did? I took my shoes off and sprinted to the bathroom. I sprinted back to my seat, got overtimes 3 and 4 done, wound up doing a 1-hour post-game show. And post-game shows, Victor can tell you, is usually only 30 minutes tops. Because it was such a record-breaking night, it wound up going a full hour with Ryan Toulson, David Holston, John Cantrell, everybody that had big scoring nights. Didn't get out of that joint till 2 a.m. Damn near fell asleep on the way home.
I got one like that.
What happened?
So when I used to work at Novatex at GE, we were in charge of a couple things. One was setting up various meeting rooms. Another was making sure places were stocked or, places to be moved.
Yep.
Well, one night we had to move an entire floor.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So we had to move arms for monitors. We had to move monitors. We had to move cabinets, cubbyhole. We had to move everything. Now, usually I close up the night at 5, and I'm in charge of close up.
Usually being the operative void.
We did not leave that place until 10 at night.
I get it.
And I got an hour commute to get home. So I didn't get home until probably about 12.
Oh, yeah.
And then
right there.
I had to get up at 5 because I had to go right back around and go back into the place.
Go back in that joint.
At 6:30. So you know what my boss did? Because he knew what we did. He knew how tired we were going to be.
What did he do?
He bought 3 of those container jugs of Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Oh, boy.
He said, I know
I already
what
like
you
the
guys
sound
went
of
through.
this.
I got you. He brought 3. I walked in, said good morning. I looked like, there's coffee here. He said, I know what you guys went through. I got y'all. He's a white guy too, but he said, I got y'all. So we had 3, and they were about the size of a gallon too. So he had them big jugs of coffee.
When Jody, Sonny and I moved to North Carolina, the first job we had was in a call center. Now, anyone that has worked in a call center knows that the training is very extensive. It is also very boring.
Yeah.
When I tell you I discovered making a mocha on accident because our supervisor was bringing in boxes and boxes and packets of coffee and hot chocolate, I didn't know what to do. I said, do I go with the coffee or do I go with the hot chocolate?
And he said, I'm going to do both.
I stupidly, that first morning, I stupidly said, I'm going to mix them together and see what happens.
Oops.
In a sentence, I shouldn't have done that.
Mistake.
I shouldn't have done that.
Mistake.
Because I got through the day when I did it 4 times. When I got home, however, my body went poof.
Right.
My body went poof.
Kaputski.
My body fell down, and it took my wife 2 hours to wake me up. Then, wife and daughter start working at the same place. I'll tell you more about wife and daughter start working at the same place. Get everything there. I'm doing the show one day at a McDonald's down in Cary. my wife sends me a text message saying, "Get me out of here." I stopped the show. I rescued my wife and daughter and split. And we didn't go back. Let's get down to business. This is the second hour of Snowman in the Morning. And this hour is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use the code Snowman for $20 off of your first purchase. There's a big game down in Texas this weekend, and it concerns AFC South opponents. And to help us talk about that, please help me welcome the fabulous voice of the Indianapolis Colts, Mr. Matt Taylor. How you doing, Matt? Good to have you back.
Snowman, what's happening? What are you doing?
Doing better now, man. How are you?
Well, God damn it. If I was any better, I'd be you, brother.
I love it. I love it. Matt Taylor, voice of the Colts, with us. And we already talked about this in the preseason. We talked about it at the top of the season. It's here. It's week 8. It's the second of these two games between the Colts and the Texans. The first one, I believe, is a game the Colts should have had at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Well, they certainly had their chances. I agree with you, and that's what makes this game so important. It's really unfortunate the way the schedule has shook out here, with the fact that the Colts and Texans are going to be done playing their season series by the halfway point of the year. You know, I mean, if you're the NFL, you probably should have scheduled this game, you know, the second of the two meetings, at least in late November or December. But hey, it is what it is. You got to play the games whenever they're on the schedule. But it's a monster swing game for the Colts. I mean, if you look at the schedule or the standings here, the Colts are 4-3, the Texans are 5-2. A Colts win would put both teams obviously at 5-3, but a Texans win, they go to 6-2. The Colts would go to 4-4. So the Texans would have a 2-game lead straight up, but they would also have the tiebreaker with the season series tiebreaker sweeping the Colts. So you're looking at essentially a 3-game lead for the Texans if the Colts drop this game with only about 8 or 9 games left. It's not insurmountable, but that would be a tough hill to overcome. So this is a very, very important game for both of these teams. It looks like it's a 2-horse race now inside the AFC South. So this game is going to go a long way in deciding probably the winner of the division this year.
And it's something that you said just a moment ago, and we had talked about it before on and off the air. If there is ever a must win for the Colts, this is that must win.
Well, again, like all the ramifications are there that we just laid out, but also too, from a psychological standpoint, it's time. It's time to start beating teams like this that are standing in your way, right? You haven't won an AFC South championship since 2014. It's kind of put up or shut up time now for the Colts. Mm-hmm. And like you said, in week 1, you're right there. You know, you gave up some big games to Nico Collins and Joe Mixon. Nico Collins is going to play on Sunday, so the Colts get a break there. But just from a rivalry standpoint, it can't be a rivalry if one team wins all the time. And I know historically the Colts have dominated this series, but since C.J. Stroud and DeMeco Ryans have come into the picture, they're starting to build some momentum over the Colts. They've won 3 of the last 4, 2 in a row. The big one was the Week 18 game last year, that win-or-you're-in game to decide the division champion and to make the playoffs. The Colts were on the short end of that stick. But all of these games come down to the wire with the Texans. I think 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams in the series have been decided by 6 points or less. So this is a huge game for the Colts in terms of the standings, but also in terms of the psyche of where the two franchises are at. You know, you don't want to be the team that continues to be kind of the little brother of the Texans. This is a big test for the Colts on the road to kind of do something about that.
And there's a couple of pieces that may get back in the lineup, and 2 of the biggest pieces, DeForest Buckner and Jonathan Taylor.
Can't forget Michael Pittman either.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Those 2 guys might be back in the lineup on Sunday. We'll see. The Colts are they're practicing right now as we speak, and then the final injury report for the game will come out here in just a few hours later on this afternoon. But those 2 guys potentially fix big problems for the Colts back in week 1, and that was the running game on both sides of the ball. The Colts couldn't stop the Texans on the ground game, and the Colts had a hard time establishing Jonathan Taylor in that opening game of the season. And I think if you talk to most people that have covered the league and have covered these two teams, most people probably would have predicted it would have been the other way around, where Taylor would have had a big game against the Texans, and then the Colts would, slow the running game down, stop Joe Mixon, and make C.J. Stroud go to the air to beat the Colts that way. But it was in complete reverse, where Mixon, they did a really good job of getting him and established on the edges. A lot of power tosses and some sweeps and some design runs with some jet sweeps to get on the edges on the Colts. That's where they had a hard time slowing down the running game. They ran for over 200 yards against the Colts, and Indianapolis obviously was kind of choppy overall offensively back in week 1. They only had the ball for 20 minutes. They had some big plays in the passing game, but overall it was just kind of, again, I just use that word choppy for the Colts against the Texans right out of the gate. So those two things have to be cleaned up, and Buckner hopefully helps in stopping the run, and Taylor's emergence back in the lineup will hopefully help kickstart the running game with Taylor and Richardson in the backfield at the same time.
To Droid with a question.
So, of course, we know Alec Pierce has kind of been that backbone of that wide receiver core. Josh Downs as well. With Michael Pittman, with a full practice from Michael Pittman on Thursday, do you think that with, of course, AR5 finally back, that he can finally start connecting with the receivers and put up some good numbers against the Texans?
Well, I think the passing game for the Colts has to be the best it's been so far this year in order to win this game. They need a good game from Anthony Richardson, who's still trying to put it all together. I mean, in 4 games this year, he's yet to go over 50% completion percentage. Last week, he was down around 41%, which obviously it's not a winning formula, but they were able to scratch that game out and give credit for the Colts to find a way to win a game like that when, you're not having a great game by the quarterback. But what teams are doing right now, just generally speaking against the Colts, they're playing a lot of 2-deep safety, a lot of zone coverage underneath, and they're making Anthony Richardson throw the ball into some tight windows, and they're testing his accuracy. So he's got to be better in that regard. The Colts can't have the 3-and-outs that they had last weekend against the Dolphins. They got to be able to sustain and remain on the field and win time of possession, or at least make it respectable, because in that first game, it was 40-20 in favor of the Texans. So there's no question you need more out of Josh Downs, who only had the 1 catch last Sunday. You need a big game from Michael Pittman Jr. You got to take your shots down the field to Alec Pierce. But I think the passing game, again, it's got to be the best it's been all season for the Colts to win a big game like this on the road against a team that can't score like the Texans.
Here's one weapon in the Colts offense. And Matt, you and I have talked about this guy a lot. We're talking about 9th-year veteran out of VCU, Mo Alley Cox. How big will he be against that Texans defense?
Well, if you look at Mo, he's had more success in terms of just the overall production. He's had more success with Joe Flacco as his quarterback than with Anthony Richardson. But again, I think it just goes back to Richardson putting it all together and use everything at his disposal. Having the game be slowed down a little bit for him, be able to see the field a little bit better, that factors into overall decision-making and accuracy too. And we all know Mo Alley Cox is very important for the Colts in the running game, establishing Jonathan Taylor, being a weapon in the RPO game. Even though Joe Flacco's he's not a beast running the football, obviously he's more of a pocket passer. There were some RPO opportunities that Flacco threw the ball to for Mo Alley Cox on some of those big games that he had against the Jaguars and the Titans. So Mo's always really big. He's integral in the running game. But you're right. I would love to see him be more involved with Anthony Richardson at quarterback too.
We will see what happens. It's a big one in the AFC South as the Houston Texans host our Indianapolis Colts. That's a 1:00 kickoff. We will begin our coverage on Snowman Multimedia. We'll start our coverage at high noon as we will take you around the NFL action. That's my good friend Matt Taylor, the voice of the Indianapolis Colts, joining us, giving us a preview of this Sunday's big game. Matt, thank you very much, my man. Great to have you back on.
I appreciate you. Have a great weekend.
Matt Taylor, voice of the Colts, joining us, here on the program. To the big dog we go.
My concern is actually for Indianapolis, 5 of their final 9 games are on the road.
Yeah.
And I'm just not sure, what's going to happen, because you look at it now, they got Minnesota, they're coming off of 2 bad beats. They're on the road to them.
Yep.
They got the Jets to middle point of November. They come to New England in the start of our triple header. Then they're out in Denver, and then their final road game is against the Giants, and that could be a flex game.
Mm-hmm.
So my biggest question is, with some of these teams finally, catching fire, how fast can Indianapolis keep up?
Well, this is the game. Well, you heard Matt say it. This is a swing game for Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And not just within the division, but for their season. They get this one. This could start them on a roll. And with them having DeForest Buckner and Jonathan Taylor back in the lineup, it's going to be huge for them. It's going to be absolutely huge for them to be whole right now. My question is behind center, and that, of course, is with Anthony Richardson. We talked about him since the night he got drafted, and what was one of the things I was afraid of, gentlemen, was Anthony Richardson's footwork. Not just his injuries also, but it was Anthony Richardson's footwork that I questioned. He's got to be. He can't have happy feet like he always does.
He's got to be lead-footed a little bit.
He can't be doing what Caleb Williams is doing. He's got to be his own guy.
Yeah, he's got to be able to plant. He can't be dancing around all the time. Sometimes you got to have lead feet and just be able to step into one.
Step into it.
He's got to step into his throws, and that's what I don't. That's what I haven't seen him do on a persistent basis.
He's also been throwing off of his back foot too much.
Thank you for saying that.
It was definitely a daunting game because a lot of teams are looking at the Texans, aka the Strouds, like how most teams look at the Chiefs. It's almost like it's a foregone conclusion.
Same with San Francisco before their injury.
Right. And the Colts can't do that. The Colts got to buck up and show them what they're made of. And I think this game could be their turnaround game.
Yeah, use everything
soft.
No, they got to use everything that people are saying in regards to Houston as bulletin board material.
Yes.
Plain and simple.
Yes. And you heard Matt say they haven't won a division title since 2014. That's got to come to an end soon. I mean, hell, they had Houston by the throat with a chance to get into the playoffs during week 18. And a dropped pass with a minute to go ended their chances.
But I do agree with Mr. Taylor that the NFL scheduling were trolling this year because
massively.
How would you put the series between the Colts and the Texans, one that could possibly decide the South Division? Why would you put the games so close together?
And
I'd rather see this. I'd rather see this on Christmas.
I'd rather see this on January 5th instead of them facing Jacksonville.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should have come down to 2 matches in December and January, because as we have all said, it's a 2-horse race in the South Division with Indianapolis and Houston. And Houston got out of the blocks quick.
Yes, it did.
Houston got out of the blocks quick. A sweep by the Texans here and division title hopes are over.
Yeah.
Because that would be their 3rd loss within the division. Right. And they can't have that.
No.
They cannot have that. Matt Taylor, thanks very much. All of our guests on Snowman in the Morning appear via the Invader Coffee guest line, brought to you by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. A break, and when you all get back, the lovely Deb Whitcas will join us to pick some games. Lots of them. Back in a bit.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Whether it's the men's college game,
the way that this season has been going, anything is possible.
The women's college game,
and how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
The WNBA,
AJ Wilson on Twitter 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young,
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered a winner, and
He was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
All right, y'all. Time to get the popcorn ready. Time to get your picks ready. And a reminder that our picks this afternoon are brought to you by BetUS.com. BetUS.com, where the game begins. And before we start the fabulous, fantastic football Friday NFL picks, we got to have a little bit of help. Please help me welcome the lovely two-time Emmy Award-winning producer, the one, the only, Deb Whitcas.
Hey!
Oh, good morning, good afternoon. It's morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Good morning.
Just about noon here on the East Coast.
I'm still half asleep. I've had a long week, guys, but
We understand. We understand. We understand. Sometimes when we're putting in long weeks here, we figure
What in the all types of blue hell
are we doing?
Pretty much.
Yes.
All right. The numbers are ready. Shane's got the numbers ready. He's got the matchups ready. Let's just get right to it. Our picks are brought to you by BetUS.com. Our Football Friday picks for week number 8. Shane, go.
Leading into the standings after we all took a bath last night on that game.
Yeah. I love that Puka's back. I sat him on my fantasy team, which I'm pissed. I was football last night. I was screaming.
How do you think I felt after last Thursday when Cortland Sutton got 0 targets?
And I did defense that week and went in the negative. So yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Goodness.
The moment.
Well, the standings going into this week after the bloodbath that was last night. Victor's got a 3-game lead on me. I'm 3 up on Snowman. Droid's got a little ground to catch up with. Our guest pickers, A. Pizzle, sitting at 22-13. Deb, you're sitting at 9-6. Our buddy Ben DeVille sitting at 9-4. So far, everyone's had a relatively winning record. Let's hope that doesn't change.
And you know what's fun? When I send Deb the clip of this and she posts her picks and she has all the graphics going at the bottom and she tags us and tags me and everything. Let's go, Shane. Let's get it.
We're going to kick the party off on the 1 p.m. slate with Tennessee on the road to Detroit. Detroit's favored by 11.5 with the over-under set at 44.5. Snowman, I got a feeling where this game is going already.
Yeah, Tennessee's about to get dunked, especially with them getting rid of DeAndre Hopkins. Give me the Lions to cover that spread, and they're going to win this one going away.
Deb?
What was the cover on that?
11.5.
I'm going to have to agree with that one. Yes. Detroit is going to clobber the Titans.
Oh, they're going to clobber them.
I think your cat agrees with you.
My cat agrees. This is Olive, everybody.
Hi, Olive.
No, with your appearance, it's her season, guys. It's Halloween.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it is that time of year. Black cats always love this time of year.
Oh, she's beautiful too.
Thank you. I got a little bat wings for Halloween. Just give me a little bat.
Yep.
Nice. Vic, what you got for me?
Cakewalk. I mean,
Droid, are we going to call this a sweep or what?
Is this a sweep? Yep, it is.
I know. Y'all know me in the college pick says going with every underdog and being the solo.
Right.
Winner.
Yep.
Y'all know I'm usually right, but this one I cannot pick the Titans. You just gave us D-Hop on a silver platter. I'm sorry.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Next one.
They gave these guys D-Hop for free, basically.
Next game on the calendar, you got Baltimore on the road to Cleveland. Baltimore's a 9-point favorite. The over-under's at a 44.5. Sweep part 2, anybody?
Push the plunger and blow up the Browns, okay?
Yeah, I mean,
this
come on.
game is done by half. Listen, Derrick Henry won't have to get 200 yards this game, okay? He can have 150. Lamar can have 150, and this game's over by halftime. Give me the Baltimore Ravens to cover, to win, and to walk away without a sweat. They ain't going to sweat this game.
Deb?
Okay, so if the Lions were favored by 11 and something, and Baltimore's only favored by 9, something is wrong. That should be like 17, right?
It should be.
I'm going Baltimore all the way with this one. The Browns, they should just stay off the field at this point.
I mean, they're going to be probably starting Jameis Winston of all people.
Right. I mean, it's not that bad of a quarterback, but
oh my gosh, it's better than Deshaun Watson. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
Yes.
Probably should have been playing from the beginning of the season, to be honest.
A piece of paper mache is better than Deshaun Watson.
True that.
I am so glad I got a stiff drink waiting for me after this
Zach
show.
Wilson is better than Deshaun Watson at this point.
What you mean? Mac and cheese is better than Deshaun Watson?
You're not wrong there.
Fired.
Vic, do I even need to ask?
You really don't, but I want anarchy. I want Derrick Henry to get tree fitty.
You want Derrick? You want Derrick to be the first to get 300?
I want him to get tree fitty.
Tree fitty. Dig it.
I got that 350.
Dig it.
Droid, we sweeping this one or what?
Hold on. Is that a freight train? Let me check. Oh, no, it's just Derrick Henry. Sorry. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens.
All right, that's 2 sweeps so far. The next one on the list is Green Bay on the road to the land of AEW. That is Jacksonville. Green Bay's favored by 4. Over-under set at 49.5. Let's actually have some fun with this.
Only 4?
Only 4.
You mean to tell me after the walk-off win against Houston, where they had to come all the way back and beat them, they're only laying 4 in Jacksonville in a stadium they're going to blow up sideways and reconstruct while they send Jacksonville to London? That's wrong. Give me the Green Bay Packers to cover, to win, and they ain't breaking a sweat.
Deb?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Brian there as well. Trevor Lawrence has definitely not had a good season. I think Doug Peterson is the next coach to get fired. Although there was a little bit of a reprieve last week, but Green Bay is a solid team. Loving what they're doing, like Brian just said about against Houston. That was a tough game. They're looking good out there. So yeah, I'm going Green Bay.
Vic?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Green Bay. I'm sorry. There will be no Kenny Omega in the stands or on the field. There'll be no V trigger. So I think Packers bringing them down to earth.
Jacksonville, every time they play a team that has a winning record, they always have this weird reason to start trying.
Then explain
I'm gonna take Green Bay to win, but it's probably gonna end in a weird way.
No Kenny Omega, no Young Bucks, no Yoshida, no BT Trigger, no luck.
Nothing.
Green Bay walks this one.
As my wife would say best, nothing. Okay? As my wife would say best, nothing.
Next game on the 1 o'clock schedule, Snowman, is one you're probably going to be looking at very closely. Indianapolis on the road to the House of Stroud, who are favored by 4.5, and the over-unders at 45.
This is going to be a high-scoring game. And Olive seems to agree because her back is arched and the tail is going all over the place.
The Halloween thing.
Yes. However, I have this stupid feeling that Anthony Richardson is going to get this one right. And remember, he did technically win this game in Houston last year. I know I'm not supposed to doubt the Strouds, but I have a pretty lady who is a Colts fan who gave me my championship ring. So give me the Colts to cover and to win this one, although it's going to come down to the final minutes.
Rule 5 in effect for you, huh?
Yes.
No matter what.
What did Ryan McCoffey always put in the chat? Whitepick.exe. I'm going with the Colts.
Deb?
I'm going the opposite of the Colts. No, I love me some CJ Stroud. Always have. Saw both these guys at the Combine. Was impressed with them, 2 years ago.
Yep.
Actually was more impressed by Anthony Richardson than I was with CJ Stroud then.
I just realized Pizzle's making picks in chat.
Yes.
Someone get me those. I'll keep track of them too.
And then kind of flipped during the season last season. But
Mhm.
yeah, no. I mean, I think Houston's a more balanced team.
Yes.
And that's what I'm going with.
Vic?
Don't be surprised, Deb, if both of these quarterbacks wind up getting 350, okay?
I'm still smarting from the last time I voted against the Colts. I will not make that same mistake again.
Okay.
I'm going with the Colts on this one.
Droid?
I think I know which way Droid's going.
I love you, Dr. K, but I'm going. I can never doubt the Strouds.
There you go.
Texans.
I love it.
I've got Houston, but it's going to come down to a late possession in the
it's
fourth.
basically I'm saying Houston to win, but Indy to cover.
If y'all remember what happened last January, the final game of the season, it's going to come down to a play like that. It'll go back. It'll go back and forth, and it'll come down to the final possession. It's a 2-horse race in the South right now.
Yeah, it really is. It wouldn't surprise me if this does come down to January football.
Mm-hmm.
Next game on the list, Arizona on the road to Miami. Miami's favored by 4.5. The over-under set at 46, and somebody better wake somebody up for this game.
Victor.
Snowman, wake up.
Victor.
Snowman, wake up. Okay, we've lost
Am I
Snowman.
the only one who's most excited for this game?
This is in Miami, right?
This is in Miami.
This is in Miami. Okay. Dear Kyler Murray, you ain't getting lucky for a second straight week. Give me the Dolphins.
Deb?
Tua is back. I'm actually excited about this game. I want to see him back on the field. As much as I don't think he should be there, I want to see him back on the field.
Right. You said she just echoed my exact thought.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, I agree with Brian. I don't think Kyler Murray is getting lucky yet again, and I'm going Miami.
Because he got lucky that he played the Chargers last Monday night, because the Chargers should have walked all over them blindfolded.
I was, again, screaming at the TV. I've been screaming at the TV a lot lately.
You and Jody both, my dear. You and Jody
The
both.
TV's like, why are you yelling at me? I didn't do anything. I'm just
No,
showing
man, like
the game.
the Chargers have no wide receiver core. That's why they lost that game.
Yeah.
Still should have ran all over them, though.
Meanwhile, Victor, let's
I might go solo on this, but I'm gonna roll with the hot hand. I'm gonna say the Cards take it. I know Tua's back, but Tua's usually shaky, especially after these past couple of concussion scares.
Good point.
He always scares
Good
me when
point.
he comes back because he's always shaky, and I can't.
And
I
they-
can't go behind that.
And the Dolphins have no backup quarterback because they both got hurt while here in Indianapolis.
Right. I'll take the Dolphins to cover, but I'm going with the Cards with the upset.
Good.
There.
Uh-oh. There's that evil smile
I'm sorry,
again.
Black Ops 6 just dropped. Call of Booty Murray isn't going to do anything. Give me the Dolphins. And by the way, you're not running solo, Victor, because A Pizzle also chose the Cardinals.
Yeah, A Pizzle
Oh, wow.
also chose the Cardinals. In fact, his picks are Detroit, Houston,
I got them all
the
written
Cardinals, and the Ravens.
Got them all written down. I'll send them to Shane after the show.
All right. Very cool.
And I've got Call of Booty enjoying himself some Call of Duty at halftime.
He's going to be playing the new BO6 at halftime.
Exactly. Give me. You know what? This one's for Pizzle. Fins up.
Fins up. I agree. Fins up.
Oh, we got the next one up. It's Atlanta on the road to Tampa. Atlanta's only favored by 2. The over-under's at 45.5.
Okay, that ain't fair. 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 Because you got Baker Mayfield on one side, and you got Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins on the other side, and this one is in Tampa. Now, knowing the fact that Kirk Cousins has done me wrong on 2 occasions when I picked against him, once against the Eagles, the other against Tampa Bay, I'm going to go against my better judgment, and I'm going to roll with Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins on the road in Tampa, although I have the distinct feeling I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to pick the Falcons.
Deb?
I am actually going to agree with you on this one. Normally, I would take the Buccaneers, but the Bucs are without Chris Godwin and without Mike Evans. I think that's going to be a huge problem for them. Both these teams have the same record. I'm going to land on this one. I'm going with Cousins.
Vic?
With the abject tomfoolery that was the last game they played, I can't choose the Buccaneers. They messed up so heavily. They should have actually won that game. And I'm going to give 2 Chainz his chains. I think he holds on to them this week. I'm going to Falcons.
And I won't have to sing on Monday.
Droid, I see that smile on your face.
You know where I'm going.
Yep.
I've been a 2 Chainz believer all year long.
He's been one of the main driving forces of that.
I'm the one that convinced y'all to hop on the 2 Chainz bus, and I am not hopping off yet. Give me the Falcons.
It's a
Darnell Mooney has been such a great wide receiver too. Kyle Pitts is finally getting the ball. Bijan's finally running, and you also got Drake London having hell of a games.
2 Chainz Cousins took me for 500 yards on a Thursday night against this same team. Who's to say he won't get 500 more against this team?
Combined for 1,000 against the Bucs. Yep. Falcons.
Yes.
Tampa's without their top 2 receivers right now. They're going to be hurting for a while. I don't even see them going anywhere in the division. Give me Atlanta.
And Arku, we're not mad that the Thunder are really good because the Thunder are not really good, and that court they're going to have during the in-season tournament is worse. Next game.
Next game on the list, the New York Jets, which means I'm going to have to hear it from Ryan McCoffey, are playing my New England Patriots. The Jets
Hell no!
Espresso.
Hell no! Hell no!
Hold on. Let me do it like
no.
Let me do it like Snowman. I'm going to lean back in this chair, kick my feet up, and take a nap.
Take a nap.
I'm taking a mulligan on this one.
Look, this is Mulligan City for me. Because you got Drake May on one side, and you got Aaron Rodgers on the other side. No! You can't make me do it. I'm already going to have the Colts in front of me. I'm going to have Matt Taylor in my ear. I'm actually going to do an alternative play-by-play call for the Colts because my wife's out of town in St. Louis right now.
Mr. Snowman?
No. Hell no. Hell to the no. I'll eat this mulligan with cheese on it. No.
Listen, Brian, if you do the Colts game, can I be in the back giving you updates on Atlanta, Tampa Bay?
I might have that in front of me, but yes, you can. In fact, I expect the whole crew to show up on Sunday.
Sports machine.
Yeah, it's a sports. It's going to be a sports machine Saturday and Sunday. But to answer Shane's question about this game, is it in New England?
Yes,
it is in New England.
My answer remains hell no. You listen. You can't possibly think that I'm gonna pick between no. That's
Bishop Bullwinkle.
That's like this is total. This is my anarchy game. I'll come up with a graphic for that. This is my total anarchy game. Nope, you can't make me do it.
In the words of Bishop Bullwinkle,
hell no to the no. Hell to the no. Hell no. Next.
Deb, save me from going insane.
Oh, God. I have an answer with this one, but this one is a rough one for me, too. I'm like, does anybody really care? The Jets are a dumpster fire right now, let's be honest. And the Patriots, I think, are a little bit better. I actually like what I'm seeing from Drake May. Granted, they're going nowhere, but I mean, I'm just being honest, right?
No argument. No argument here.
Shots fired.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots on this one.
This game is me drinking coffee without any sweetener in it, and y'all know I got a horrible sweet tooth.
Yeah, I'm going Patriots just because I want to, because I like them better.
Oh God!
Vic, save us.
Yeah, unfortunately, no offense, Shane, but this is 2 pots of dumpster pelican stew, and you just found out which one has a little more salt on the other. But I will say though, I'm always going to go against Aaron Rodgers. I just don't like Aaron Rodgers, and Drake May is showing me something, so I'm going with the Pats.
Droid, are you taking a mulligan on this one? Or are you actually going to call this damn thing?
Jets, Jets. I'm sorry. They just got Devontae Adams. Sauce Gardner is healthy. You know, they have a secondary besides the Patriots. You got to go with the team that has the better defense. So I'm going to go with the Jets.
My stomach hurts from laughing. Next one.
And of course, you know where I'm going. I don't even need to say it.
You don't even need to say it.
Next game, Philadelphia on the road to Cincinnati. Cincy's favored by 2. The over-under's at 48.
Give me this right now. Give me this. Give me this
Deb,
right now.
by the way, Deb, this is how much control I have during these segments.
0. Oh, Lordy.
I think we know where Deb is going.
You already got 2 answers right here, Shano.
Vic.
Yep, Vic, where are you going?
I'm actually going to go the other way. I'm going to be turning on my radio to WKRP, and I'm going with Cincinnati.
Droid, where are you going?
Joe Burrow showing me something, man. He's been showing
You
me
know,
something.
Joe Burrow has kept every game close this year, despite the Bengals not having a defense.
Or a running game.
Right. And AJ Brown is showing a lot, and so is Saquon Barkley.
Zach Moss is not it. We all know this. We've known this for years. Zach Moss is a big ball and a big hunk of mid.
Yeah, we found that out. Look, Jody and I found that out with the Colts. That's why he was behind Jonathan Taylor for 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals are on a 2-game winning streak, to be fair, against mediocre teams.
Okay.
Jamar Chase he's all right. I mean, T. Higgins is finally showing us why he got paid the money he got paid. And Mike Gesicki, the former Patriot, is proving he can do stuff outside of New England.
Droid, this is a 2-hour show. Don't make me kick your ass.
Hey, be
Here
nice.
comes Verhage. Turn, shoot, score!
Oh, God.
No. Just pick.
Just pick, gents.
Give me the
To your
Bengals.
corners.
All right. He's going with
I got Philly. Saquon Barkley's going to run all over the secondary.
All right.
I want Saquon Barkley to get 200 against the Bengals. There. How's that?
The
I
late
want Saquon to get
afternoon.
200.
I could see that. The late afternoon slate starts with Buffalo on the road to Seattle. Buffalo favored by 3. Over-unders at 46.5.
This is a headliner?
Listen, Seattle sucks. Seattle is a bunch of frauds. Seattle has to trust Geno Smith. Would you?
No.
Hell no. Give me the Bills. And it won't be close.
Yeah, I'm going Bills all the way. I don't even think this is even going to be a close game. So
Vic.
I'm going Bills. I'm going 2 Tuds.
Good.
Give me the Bills.
Sweep.
It's a sweep. Yes.
Chicago on the road to Washington. They're favored by Chicago's favored by 3.
Man,
the over-unders at 40.
Give me this. Give me
Oh,
this.
no.
Give me this.
Oh, no.
Here's your answer.
That's literally what I just pulled up.
Oh, there's 2 answers.
That's 2 answers.
There.
Yeah.
Look, Caleb Williams is improving. Don't get it twisted, but Jayden Daniels is the runaway, sprint away, 500-yard rookie of the year, and he's going to get 4 bills against that Bear defense. And besides, the Bears still have Matt Eberflus as their coach. Next!
Deb.
I would agree with you, and I'm looking forward to this game, but is Jaden Daniels actually going to be on the field?
Yeah, he is questionable with rib injury.
Exactly.
But we saw what Marcus Mariota can do with receivers and a running back.
Daniels gets 400. Next.
For me, this is going to be the first real test game for the Bears against the Redskins, but I still say the Redskins take it. I think Jaden Daniels will be there. I wouldn't say 4 bills, maybe 2.5, but
all right, fair enough.
But yeah, I think the Commanders come out this right away.
Deb, which way were you going?
I think if Jaden plays, we're going Commanders. If not, I'm going Bears. To be honest.
And it was only early in the season when I said Washington Redskins that Deb repeated it when we did our preseason special.
I did? I said that? No, I did not say Redskins.
No.
Okay.
I'm kidding. She said Commanders.
No,
she said it correctly. I did not. All right.
You're not going to.
No, I'm old, damn it.
I like the Washington football team, to be honest. I don't know. It was kind
Wait a minute.
No. Time out. Flag on the field.
I've been
unsportsmanlike conduct.
I deserve that one. I've
lost all control right now.
Listen, I cannot stand the Washington football team just as much as I can't stand the fact that there's a team in the NHL called the Utah Hockey Club.
Utah Hockey Club, yeah.
We're not in Europe. Come up with a mascot.
Meanwhile, as I'm trying to do my damn job here.
I have Washington, and you know this.
I already got you down, dude.
Walla Walla, Washington.
Meanwhile, the next 425 game is New Orleans on the road to them Chargers, who are favored by 7.5.
Oh, God.
The over-under's at 40.5.
What? What? They play the Chargers?
Yes. New Orleans is playing the Chargers, and the Chargers are favored. Look, I just got all these numbers updated before we got on the damn air. Don't look at me.
I'll do it, but I'm going to hate myself in the morning.
Oh, where are you going with this one, Bugs?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Yeah,
the Chargers should be coming off of a win, but they in Arizona.
Yeah, this is a mid-soup game.
I'll take an L on this one. I'm out. Next.
More Dumpster Pelican stew.
This is Dumpster Pelican stew over a fire. Next.
I'm gonna go. I'm actually go with Saints. I can't trust the Chargers after more tomfoolery on Monday night.
Would you say that again, Victor, please?
More tomfoolery on Monday night when you should be able to finish this off with a win, and then you make dumb mistake after dumb mistake. It's like I can't.
In the final 2 minutes. That's why I'm taking the L on this one. I can't trust either one of these squads.
And the Saints have been improving little by little, so I'm going with the Saints.
Deb?
You know what? Like you guys have just said, this is going to kind of be a whatever game. I had so much faith going into the season for the Chargers. I covered them last year.
We all did.
We all had faith in this.
Some of the Ravers running backs, but you guys are right. They have no wide receivers. Justin Herbert is doing well, but not normally what he does. But the Saints aren't doing great either now. So who do I pick here? I'm gonna go Chargers just because I live in LA and I want the Chargers to win.
Droid. What the hell is that?
Turn the phone around.
I can't hear it.
He's trying.
Okay, we got his answer.
I've got
say it though. He has to play it. Like that's how bad this has gotten.
In an absolute craptastic game of toilet bowl soup, I've got New Orleans just because San Diego's got no core. Plain and simple.
Right.
Speaking of craptastic games, Carolina's on the road to Denver. Denver's favored by 10.5, and the over/under. Does it really matter? Because I think I know where we're all going here.
Welcome to the Tank Bowl, ladies and gentlemen.
Snowman, let's just do this to get
Welcome to the
official.
first Tank Bowl. 2 teams are playing. One of them's Denver.
Yeah, I don't think anyone.
No, let me try. Let me try that. Let me try that again. Let me try that again. There will be a winner on Sunday in this game. The other team is Carolina. How's that?
There we go.
And I was a Panthers fan because from North Carolina, off the base, but I can't do we'll
it. I
will
love it.
see Mo Picks, but Mo Picks will be a winner.
Mo Picks will get 300.
No,
Deb,
I don't know about
never
that.
happening.
Deb, help me here.
I said in his sleep. Then he'll wake up and have to actually play the game.
I mean, you have to go Denver, right, on this.
You
one.
have to.
I mean, the Panthers are barely a football team at this point. So, Bo Nix
Barely being the operative void.
Denver all the way.
Droid, you're making it a sweep.
No. I won't have it. I won't do it. No.
He pulled them all
me as a Chiefs fan to pick the Broncos.
Yes.
As a Chiefs
I'm a New
fan,
England fan, and I picked Buffalo. What's your freaking point?
as a Chiefs fan that has hated the Broncos with every fiber of my being for years.
Dude, I'm a New England fan, and I picked Miami.
I'm not taking
Shut
a
up.
mulligan. I'm going to ride solo. I'm going to take the Panthers in Bryce Young's first game back.
And Bryce Young is going to get obliterated.
I don't even care if it's an L. I'll take my L and eat it proudly.
Bryce Young gets obliterated in the
You
first
know what?
half and benched.
Droid said something that I say often. I'll take my L and eat it proudly. I love it.
The featured 425 Kansas City on the road to Vegas. KC sitting at a 10 favorite with the over-under at 41.5. That's two
Kansas
other
City
answers.
gets 41. Kansas City gets 41 by themselves, and it ain't even. It's in Vegas, right? Who cares? It could be in Vegas. It could be in Kansas City. It could be in St. Louis. They will chop the Raiders down to size. Give me the world champion Chiefs.
Deb.
Same. I mean, I'm never gonna go against KC, especially against the Raiders right now. I am a little excited to see Desmond Ridder though on the field, so we'll see.
Vic,
we're all going Chiefs. I'm saying that right now.
I'm giving the Chiefs one mission: beat down the Raiders and dog walk them back to Oakland.
Yes.
Clean.
Dog walk them back to.
I got something to say.
What?
We're going to give Max Crosby every single reason to come to Kansas City. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, unless John Lynch gets a hold of him first.
Clean sweep. Moving on. This is going to get interesting because the 8:20 game on the docket.
You already know
Dallas on the road to San Francisco. San Fran's a 4.5 favorite. The over-under's at 47. Snowman, I got your answer, so Deb, lead it off.
I'm going San Fran too. Even though there's a bunch of injuries, I think they have this game.
Look, this ain't going to be close. Victor's going to hop on with me like midway through the third quarter like he did last year. There'll be a look on his face as if to say, is it over yet? I mean, you know what?
Like I'm going to be dragged into the booth for this one.
Listen,
I've been dragged into the booth for the Indy Patriot game coming up on December. I don't want to be in there. I know what's going to happen.
Listen, here's my answer. Let me find it on how this game is going to go.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
Thank you, Cole Johnson, for that.
Look, I'm going to keep
I just
it short and
realized I'm in
simple.
Dallas colors though. Like, are wearing blue. That's scary. Okay.
I'm not calling these Dallas colors. I'm calling these Royals colors.
Those are, yep, he's honoring the Royals.
I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I know this is a hard overhead pick. I'm gonna roll the Cowboys. I'll take my L. I don't care.
Droid, let me guess. You're going the way of San Francisco.
I've done it all year long, and I regrettably do it again. I'm rolling with Victor.
You'll be sorry. It'll be over.
I've got San Fran, but it's going to be one of those games that'll end up being one we talk about 10 years later.
Oh, yeah.
For what reason, we don't know.
Well,
Good point. Good point.
And the Monday night snooze fest.
Oh,
the
God.
Giants on the road to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's favored by 6. The over-under's at 30.
Hell no. Hell no. You can't make me. No. No. No.
That's 3 mulligans for you this week.
Look, I will happily take my 3 mulligans.
3.
I've had, this is the most mulligans I've had in a week since we started doing the picks and track.
Yes.
No.
This is
the first one. Look, you got the Jets in the mulligan I'm going to take. I forgot the second one. Then you got this one with Pittsburgh.
You didn't want to pick New Orleans and Chargers.
New Orleans and
New Orleans and San Diego. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'll switch one of my mulligans and take the San Diego Chargers. This one stays a mulligan. Ain't no way. If I'm not putting the headset on, if I'm not putting, where's my headset here? If I'm not, give me this. If I'm not putting these on in the booth on Monday night, and I got no reason to, can't do it. Next. Can't do it.
Deb.
Can't do it.
I can. I'm going Pittsburgh on this one. I actually really enjoyed seeing Russell Wilson last week, and I think, I've never been a Russell Wilson fan. I'm going to be honest, and all of a sudden, I like what he's doing. I like how he's playing, and I liked his post interview the best. How he thanked the team, and he was, it's a team effort. I was like, who is this person?
He's always been gracious. I will give him that. Russell's always been kind of great.
Yeah, he has. He has.
So I'm going. Giants are
the Giants are the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants are the Giants, and they're not going to do anything against
the Giants are the Giants.
Yeah,
Vic.
I kind of wish that this was a week I was going in the office, and because
why
this would be a great game for me to sleep through. But no, seriously, I'm gonna go with Mr. Unlimited. Russell Wilson and the Steelers. The Giants just don't have anything of substance.
I haven't seen a good Giants team since Bill Parcells was their coach.
You're not wrong.
So I like I said,
I'll take it back. I haven't seen a good Giants team since Tom Coughlin was their coach.
It's like I gotta go Steelers. Whether it's Wilson or it's Fields.
Both these teams suck.
Not wrong. Not incorrect. Not incorrect.
It's like Brian Burns. Yes, he went from Carolina to New York, but he didn't even get he got barely an upgrade. He got like, that's like switching from like an old Nokia to a newer Nokia, which is like from 2010. You're doing barely anything.
Yeah.
He's not wrong, and I've done that in terms of phones, from one Nokia to another.
I'm sorry. I've never picking a game that Russell Wilson is playing in. I'm never picking his team again, because the last time I did it, he cost me like over $100 in a bet.
I'm sorry. Why did you make that bet?
Give me Stone Cold Jones.
I'm taking Pittsburgh. The Giants have absolutely nothing for a secondary. They've got no offense. Pittsburgh dog walks them. Now, please get me the F out of here. I need to get drunk after this.
Again, I will pick one.
That's a fabulous, fantastic Football Friday NFL picks presented by BetUS.com. BetUS.com, where the game begins with the lovely Deb Whitcas joining us on the picks. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, my dear, so much for joining us. We had a fabulous time.
Always a blast, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Now you see how little control I have over this crap. Get me out of here.
Have a great weekend. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. And if y'all made it to the end of this, we applaud you. We're out of here. See you Monday.